Welcome to day 4. Guess what? We're next to you the whole time. Was this dude? He's pretty big. He's actually not that big, but he's kind of scary. He's also friendly. He's been here for a couple days. And he sits next to me when I do my toe raises. Okay, today we're gonna start stretching, but we're gonna do it a little bit different because I realized a lot of people need different stretching because not everyone needs the same amount and the same types. So I'm gonna give you a bunch of stretches that I did at some point, but then I realized I didn't really need them, but some people find them really useful. So yeah, just experiment with them and then add some and see if it helps. First one is these taps. They like put all the weight on one arm for a little bit. It's like that, but you can do it a lot prettier than that. I was kind of falling the whole time. I would never skip wrists just to be safe. I had to take 2 days off of this video making because my wrists on my left hand hurt from doing the left-handed one arms, so just be careful. There's a ton of shoulder things that you can do, and some people don't need any shoulder things at all, and some people need a lot, so I'll just give you a lot to see if you want to try any of them. So a couple are just like this, so you put your arm completely behind you and you hold it and you can push more this way. So it's kind of just stretching outwards. And then the one I showed you a couple of days ago helps your shoulder go behind your head, which is very useful in handstands. And I do this one where you go across. I'm doing it with a wall, but you don't need a wall for that. And this kind of helps me with my one arm because your shoulder's like really involved in it. Even if you think you're really solid at it, your shoulder's still gonna be like moving a little bit side to side. And it's gonna have to be really warmed up so it can squeeze really hard. And then for legs, I don't do this usually, but at one point I did, where it's like you put your arms here. A lot of people know how to do this already, and you just lift your leg like this. And the further out you put your arms, the harder it is. So this helps you warm up your legs, and this is actually really good conditioning, but I guess you can also use it as warm-up if you feel like your legs are like just like being really floppy and loose and you need them to be more tight. There's a couple you guys can try, but if I think of any more, I'll definitely add them in the next video. Also, just never forget flow. It's very important. It's like key to getting your one arm. I'm just kidding, but like, I don't know, it's fun. And how else are you gonna have your blood flowing? I went a little excessive on the flow, but like, the more the better. Yay. Okay, start with normal handstand, and then a little bit more weight on whichever hand you're trying to do the one arm on. So I'm putting a little bit more weight on my left hand. And also I'm looking up towards the ceiling because I don't want you guys to see my face in my handstand because it looks really bad. But yeah, warm up your normal handstand and stuff. Okay, once you have your handstand warmed up and more weight on your one arm hand warmed up, we're gonna start our new thing. But before we start that, I brought in a special guest, Scarlett. Scarlett's gonna be joining us in the back. She's gonna watch our video today, and yeah, she's gonna help us get our one arms. So yesterday's lesson was all about going on our fingertips on one hand. So for me, I went like this, and for most of you guys, you went like this. And that's a really, really helpful thing. If you can get that solid, you're almost there. So the next step, I would say, is going here, doing our fingertips, and then letting go of fingers. So for me, I usually just let go of my pinky and my ring finger, and then I have 3 fingers like this. So over time, we're gonna slowly let go of fingers to make it almost like we're doing a one arm. So a lot of people think a one arm is all about just like letting go and like our arm has to be here or whatever, but you can pretty much just do a one arm like right here. It's pretty much the same thing, so that's what we're working towards. Today we're going to start with our lesson from yesterday, and then we're going to try and let go of a few fingers, which seems like it's not that hard, but it's actually very hard. Okay, I'm going to try and do the lift up onto fingers on my left hand because I couldn't even do it last time, but we're going to try and get it this time. There we go. Okay, I pretty much got it. Okay, some things to remember. Keep your arm close to your head, no gap here, and make sure that you're staying on your fingers, and make sure that your body is slightly tilted to the side that you're doing the one arm on. So no straight handstands, because once you let go, that's not gonna work. So to make sure that you're actually tilting a little bit, I would take a video and make sure that you're slightly tilted, because sometimes it feels like you're tilted and you're actually just straight up. It's really weird, but it happens. Now we're gonna try our new thing. So remember, tilt slightly this way, slowly tilt, or slowly put weight while you're tilting, and then up on your fingers. And don't rush. Everything needs to be slow and controlled. If it doesn't feel stable, don't just go up because you're gonna fall down. So slow, up, and then lift up, whichever fingers you want to actually. But I recommend lifting the outer fingers. So if you're going this way, lifting these two fingers, because you want more of your weight to be this way if you're doing a one arm here, and more of your weight to be this way if you're doing one arm here. So it makes more sense to do your inner fingers, because it's closer that way. So let's try and lift up some fingers. I actually haven't been able to do this on my left hand yet, so this is my first attempt. As you can see here, my legs are pretty much even with each other, which is bad because I don't want to be in the position of a normal handstand. I need to be slightly tilted. That was not it. Guys, Scarlett already has her left-handed and right-handed one arm. So, like, she's already beating all of us. Good job, Scarlett. A lot of people who teach one arms tell you to push up on your shoulders. So basically, they're telling you when you're in your handstand, they tell you basically to push up on the arm that you're doing the one arm on. So if I'm doing one arm on this hand, they'll tell you once you're in your handstand, they'll be like, push up so that you can let go. But that doesn't really help me that much. I don't know why. So you guys can try that and see if it helps. But for me, it kind of just throws me off balance. And I don't see why you really need to push up more on that side. But that's what all the people tell me, so yeah. I'll show you an example. See, it kind of just threw me off balance. But I can try it again. Yeah, I don't really find it that helpful. I'm gonna try doing the lift up fingers a couple more times, but it's very hard. And I probably need more practice at the easier steps. But also I'm not gonna get any better unless I like challenge myself a little bit. So even if you feel like this is really hard, I would try it a few more times because we've gotta challenge ourselves eventually. Because none of the step progressions are gonna be really easy to move on to. And also, a lot of it is just getting used to having more weight on one side. I know I said that earlier in another video, or probably all the other videos, but that's the main thing. Yeah, so try not to feel discouraged if it's just really unnatural at first, but With practice, you can definitely get it. I'm gonna try it a few more times. And take some water breaks. I forgot to get water. But yeah, water helps. Okay, this position that I'm in right before I fall is the correct position. As you can see, the leg opposite of the hand that I'm doing the one arm on is much higher than the other leg, and that's correct because I should be tilted that way. Most of the drills that I was showing before, my legs are like basically even, which is not right. I know I explained this in my other video, but make sure that you're tilted because that's very important. Make sure your handstand does not look like mine and looks closer to this. Okay, I almost did it. But if you're like me, you can't really hold it very long. I would finish off with doing some more sets of what we did yesterday so you can hold it longer and get more practice and tire out your muscles more so we can get stronger. I have to go soon, but since Scarlett has her one arm already, I'm gonna do a little skill with her. Okay, that's all for today, and if you could do today's lesson, you are really, really close to getting your one arm, and just keep working on it. We're getting very close, and remember to stay on your fingers. Okay.